What's going on, y'all? This is Jill. This, that, and the third podcast. Um, man, I just wanted to make this video real quick to just talk about integrity. Integrity, the word integrity, that's been something that's been a real staple in my life. And I feel like I can remember even dating back to like my first job interview ever. I had a guy, he was asking me, I wrote on my interview, I have integrity. And he asked me during the interview, what does integrity mean? And I didn't really have an answer for him. And I can remember ever since then, I just prided myself on always having integrity. Ever since that day, he told me, go back home, look up the definition of integrity, and then give me a call back. I actually never got that job. But all of this, I say all this to say, like, having integrity is such an important component to have in your life because who are you when no one is watching? Who are you when you're not getting that validation from others? Who are you when there's no eyes on you? Like, are you the same person that you are when there's people watching versus when it's just you? Are you the same person you are when it's just you and another person and you're not getting any validation? Are you the same person when you're not getting any benefit from just being a good moral person? Are you that person? Really ask yourself, really think, and really wonder, am I doing this for validation? You know what I'm saying? And that's such a big component to me because I feel like that's what a lot of this, like a lot of actions are for nowadays. Social media, you know what I'm saying? You see people getting famous off of doing this, that, and the third, giving people giving the homeless food, doing clothes drives, things like that. But is it really meaningful? Are you really doing this out of the kindness of your heart, or are you doing this so that someone else can say, oh, such and such is a good person? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like having integrity can take you so much further in life because it can just align you with the things that you want. Like it can align you with more positive things, more loving things. Because obviously, once you start to vibrate on a certain frequency, you start to attract everything else that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? So when you do things out of the kindness of your heart and not just for validation of others, you start to get that, you know what I'm saying? You start to just get naturally more things. Like you start to naturally just align with more with what you want just because you're just being who you are. You're just being a good person. You know what I'm saying? And then people are always in, like I always say, I don't even want to just talk about people, because I'm my own person. You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff that I also have to learn and go through myself. But I feel like when people make it to where, oh, they wonder why do I do these good things, why do I do this, why do I do that, and I haven't received anything back yet? That's why, because you're not having integrity. You're not doing things out of the kindness of your heart. You're not doing things because you want to see someone else in a better position than you. You're not doing things for that. You're doing things because you want to benefit from them. You're doing things because you want that validation. You're doing things because you want that next person to say, "Oh, dad, look at them doing that," instead of just doing it out of the kindness of your heart and not expecting anything back. And I tell you this: when you start to do things, when you start to operate in that manner, when you start to just do things out of the kindness of your heart, just because you want this world to be a better place, I promise you, God will start to align way more things in your life to just go your way. And it'll be so effortless. It'll be so effortless just because you flip your mindset. And this is why I go back to everything. It's just about perspective and just how you look at things, because you can see someone who is less fortunate than you, who has less than you, and you can see it as an opportunity to get that clout, get that recognition, get that validation. Or you can look at it as an opportunity to just help someone out. It's that simple, it's that easy. Like, and the thing is though, when you do things like that, you may not gain anything in the moment, you may not gain anything materialistic, but I promise you, you just sent out an energetic wave to the universe and to God telling you that you did the right thing. And I promise you, you are going to get that good karma back. And the thing is though, when you do things like that, you may not gain anything in the moment, you may not gain anything materialistic, But I promise you, you just sent out an energetic wave to the universe and to God telling you that you did the right thing. And I promise you, you are going to get that good karma back. Like that good karma is going to come back tenfold. And then most likely it's going to come back and you're going to be able to share it with other people around you, because it's no better thing than when one person has integrity versus when a bunch of people around you have integrity. Because then, obviously, you guys know everything is, well, forces are much more powerful when they're in groups. Like when one person has a thought and another person have a thought and they both have that same thought, they come up with a whole new thought that's much more powerful than their original thoughts that they had. So when one person is filled with integrity and another person is filled with integrity and another person is filled with integrity, and we're just moving on this integrity frequency of love, kindness, gratitude, we're just trying to give. We're not expecting anything in return. I promise you. And it's so funny because I can just think about how, like, when I walk around on campus with my fellas, with my guys, and we attract so many different opportunities. We attract so many different type of connections with different people, and people are wondering, like, "Dag, what are they doing? What are they?" And not to even be on you know what I'm saying, like airhead, like I'm pumping myself up, but this really happens, and this is just because I'm just like I just want the best for everybody. Like I don't care who you are, what you've done to me in the past, what I've done to you in the past, because I know I've done some things in the past, and I know people have done things to me in the past. But that doesn't define who I am now. And I just take everything that I've learned and all my experiences, and I just try to use that to grow and be a better person, make the world a better place, or make whoever is around me better. You know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of also ties back into integrity, trying to make the people around you better, trying to make the next person better. Because it's so funny how when you stop trying to like move selfishly or do things for yourself and you try to do things for other people, you seem to gain. You know what I'm saying? You seem to gain. Like I always feel like I gain more when I lose, or when me and my guys were all doing something together and maybe they get it faster than I do. But now it's like, damn, like I probably should have looked at how he did it. And that kind of would have gave me an idea of how to do things the right way, or whatever the case may be. But I just feel like having integrity is so important because this taps back into something deeper, into who you are as a person, like your deeper morals, your deeper like spirit, like who you are when no one is watching. Who are you when no one is watching? Are you the same person who's loving, caring? Are you grateful for the things that you have? Or are you only doing that because the camera's on? Are you only doing that because someone is has their eyes on you, or you know that I gotta act this way so I can get this big opportunity? Just be who you are, because at the end of the day, that real you is gonna always come out regardless. You know what I'm saying, so you might as well just move off of your good moral intentions. You might as well just try to be the best person that you can be. You might as well try to make the world better or the next person better, because when you do that, everything ends up working in your favor anyway. You know what I'm saying, so that's really a message that I really want to push to people is have integrity. Like when you're doing things, when you're living your day to day life, have integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like be somebody. Be somebody who's a kind person. Be someone who looks out for other people, because people notice that unconsciously. People notice that. People are gonna unconsciously gravitate towards you more because they're like, damn, he's actually a good person. He actually wants to see me win. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they're not saying that in their mind, but something in their body or something like in the back of their mind, they're saying, "Damn, I know this person wants to see me win too, so I'm a fuck with him because I know he want to see me win too. I know he don't just want to get his and say f me. I know he wanna get it together." You know what I'm saying? And this is how you end up building more genuine connections with people. You end up getting into more doors because you have that integrity. You have that, damn, this is who he really is. Like he don't just be he isn't just this person. He really is that person. And shout out my guy Paul. I don't know if he's ever checked out any of our videos or anything like that, but I want to take a shout out to him because he's a person that I really admire. He has a lot of integrity, a lot of integrity. Anytime I see him, he's always in an amazing mood. And I'm quite sure it's not just when other people are around. This is how he genuinely is all the time. And that shows, like that reflects, because now when it's time to pick people for certain things, or when it's time to think about somebody, you're gonna think about that person. You're gonna think about the person who's kind. You're gonna think about the person who's always in a good mood. And obviously, nobody is perfect. Like me, even saying that always in a good mood is unrealistic. Nobody's always in a good mood. Nobody's always happy. But when you're having integrity, when you're just being who you are in the moment, when you're living your life based off of your morals, and you're not just doing things for your own benefit, when you're living more spiritually rather than worldly, you start to achieve way, 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 way more. I'm saying way more. And it's so simple as just being somebody more morally, like being a moral person. I'm saying not focusing on the materialistics, because that's always going to come and it's always going to be here. But when you focus on the worldly things, you focus on the looks, you focus on the fame, the clout, all of this stuff, then that's when you start to revere. That's when you start to get the opposite of what you want. That's when you start to sever relationships with people who actually are, or who actually do have integrity. Because one thing I will tell you, and I'll wrap this up, everybody who is truly a kind person, truly a happy person, truly vibrates on a certain frequency, like it's no way for me to ever run across someone who has ill intentions. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? There's no way for that to happen. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And that's because I just don't align on that frequency. People who have integrity, people who are grateful for the things they have, people who are happy in life, people who treat others how they want to be treated, they align on this frequency. And then people who don't, they align on this frequency. And then they only attract people who align on this frequency. They only see situations in a negative light. They only get presented bad situations. People, I actually saw something on Instagram the other day. This person had posted on their notes, "Why do I seem to always attract lame men?" And I really wanted to say, "Have you done some self reflection?" You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to say, maybe it's not them. Maybe you should look internally at your moral compass, and maybe you should stop looking at what's out here. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, everything is a reflection of who you truly are, what you truly want. Your true desires is just everything that's happening in your world, in your physical world, is just a reflection of your internal desires. So when you're not operating with integrity, you won't be able to even attract things with integrity. You won't be able to attract other people who have integrity. You won't be able to attract good situations with which will bring more integrity, because you're not aligning with that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to end this off with a simple reminder. Just have integrity. Practice integrity. When no one is watching, who are you? You know what I'm saying? When you're not getting any validation, when you're not getting any benefit from just doing a positive good deed, are you gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? When you walk in and you see a napkin on the ground, are you gonna pick it up? Even though you didn't drop the napkin. And it's so funny because this boils down to something so little as I'm in the calf and I see someone that on their plate, they'll drop a napkin and then they'll think no one is watching. And then they just leave the napkin on the floor for the next person to pick it up. Which you can look at it as, okay, I'm not a calf worker. This is not my job. This is their job to pick it up. But you dropped it. Why not just pick it up? And it takes nothing. Having integrity takes nothing. It takes nothing, because I promise you, the things that it does take, the sacrifices that you lose from having integrity are not real sacrifices. They're negative things that you don't need in your life. I promise you, everything in this world happens for a reason. So when you just move on a different level, when you just move with a different frequency, when you move with love, when you move with just the better intent of other people, you start to attract that as well. And it's so crazy to even think about, but I promise you, just practice it. Just practice it. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to see how, damn, I have more integrity in my life just consciously. I'm just doing conscious things to have more integrity. And now I'm meeting more people who have integrity. I'm meeting. I'm aligning with more situations in my life that are allowing me to have integrity or allowing me to meet people who have integrity. And then there's going to be a snowball effect. So that's one of the biggest takeaways that I want you guys to take away from this video. Just have integrity. Have integrity. It's easy. It costs nothing, and at the end of the day, it helps benefit others. This is Jew with This, That, and the Third podcast, and I'm out.